Hello my lovelies, it's Rowan. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing our first speed build. First things first, please appreciate Tad in the background. He's an absolute bean and I love him. Just look at him go. He's so happy. A quick apology here for the clipping and the lag. I'm not sure what's wrong with my settings on OBS. If anyone has any tips, please let me know. I've tried a bunch of different things. I'm not sure how to fix it. So without further ado, Tad, I said without further ado, but he probably doesn't know what that means. So anyway, for reals this time, I wanted to have a set of train tracks leading from the airport across the entire island. I'm laying out the path here for the tracks themselves, and they stop where they do because they'll meet up with a tunnel that will also attach to the cliffs I have for my shopping district behind Res Services, but we'll get to that in another speed build. I'm just going to be laying out some pathing for the next little bit, so I'll let you watch, and I'll come back in a sec. I'm selecting the cobblestone path so I can make the base for a train station. I'll be adding a bench, a utility pole, and just a few other little bits of decoration later on. So now I've decided I wanted to add some little rivers on either side of the tracks. On the left side, Tad's house is actually going to become a marsh swamp area. So I will be having a lot of water. I'm leaving this gap on either side because I also want to fence it in with some shrubs and some fencing, duh. So this is me just getting that outline ready so I can decorate it later. I appreciate Tad in all of this speed build except for this moment. I try and push him out of the way, I hope that he does it, and then he decides to sit. I decide I'm just gonna come back later and I'll finish it off in a sec. My channels here and I realize that I don't have my entrance to the plaza where I wanted it, so I go back and I fix that really quick, and I do a quick fix of where Tad had been sitting, and then I start building the entrance to my tunnel, and I forget how the cliff tool works multiple times. Undecided if I want the tunnel to continue being this large or if I want it to shrink down to just the size of the tracks. So I take a quick break just to look at where they start, and I do make it smaller here before deciding later that I want more space up top so I can decorate the entrance to the tunnel. When I decided I wanted to do this build, I suddenly realized that even though this is my second island, I have never had the black simple panel design. I had to ask all of my friends, went on 3 different Discord servers until someone finally had it. This is also me realizing that you can't terraform around items, so even though I knew this would fit here, I had to finish the water first. I didn't want to have the fencing further up than the entrance to the plaza, so here I'm just increasing the size of my little canals just so I can have them start at the same time. I start placing these holly designs, which don't make sense without snow on the ground, but I wanted to place them under all of my fence posts that I will be decorating the train tracks with. I'm also unsure how far down I want to have the fence come, so I decide to block this off here, and I'll probably add more decoration later. So here I am adding my country fencing, and later I will go in and add my hedges. I use pink and red camellia as well as the holly bushes, and I miscount how many of said camellia bushes I have. So after this build is over, I go in and I swap all of my red and pink camellias. This is me contemplating all of my life choices thus far and trying to think of something to decorate this with. I start adding these hedges to my platform, and I realize I'm gonna have to go back in and fill in that gap between my fence and my hedge later. Here I'm adding my utility pole, and I add a garden bench, a street lamp, and Rover's briefcase. I really like how simple the entrance is, and then I continue to struggle with whatever is happening on this side of the fence. I get it to a place where I'm decently happy with it by the end of the build, but I do go back in off camera and add a few more bits of decoration. So this is just me struggling with a 4x1 area, because I don't know what to do with it. Here is where I begin decorating the entrance to the tunnel, so I start adding my second layer of cliff before realizing that I want to have either a cedar or hardwood tree up top, so I need to increase the base level so I can have that 3x3 that the trees need to grow properly. Here I'm just adding to the sides. This isn't really going to help me with my tree problem, but I wanted them to look a bit more natural before I added any other decoration. And we'll be adding those decorations either in the Plaza speed build or in the shopping center speed builds. We'll see which one it really applies to more. I decide that this is probably big enough for what I want right now before giving myself that extra room to decorate. I need to go fetch some trees in a second here, so I'll be doing that. I don't know why I get up here. Yes, I do. I get up here because I forget that I don't have any trees on me, and then I get stuck because I didn't round my cliff edges. So pardon this just absolute hubbubery. Here we are, we're going to go run to my tree farm, which is just everything. And I dig up this bamboo shoot because I want to have partially grown bamboo for the marsh, and I don't remember how many I have. So we're stocking up for winter. Decorations on these cliffs are pretty slapdash, pretty half-assed. I'm not sure how I want them to look between the marsh that's going to be Tad's area and the more industrial city center I plan on having. So I fetch some blue flowers, I throw down some weeds, just a couple shrubs, just anything so it doesn't look too empty while I am between builds. This whole speed build should just be called Rowan Struggles to Decorate Small Spaces. I just pace back and forth, and I dilly around, I move a flower 3 times, I have no idea what I'm doing. I didn't know if I should keep this part in or not, because this is just me forgetting how fences work. I've played this game for almost a year now, like a solid 9 months, and I still try and pull just absolute nonsense. Here I start just widening my canals, especially since Tad's area is going to be a marsh. I know that the water is going to extend much further than this, but I just think it looks weird with just the single streak of water where it is. So I believe I make this one 3 wide, and then I increase the one on the other side to be about 2, because I know I'm going to make the plaza larger with some brick pathing later. Finishing off my canals and just making this little puddle look more like an actual pond and not a mistake, and we get ready to do the final walkthrough. Again, it's just really simple, but I really like it that way. These few holly bushes right near the airport are probably going to disappear later, and I replace them with some other cute wintry items. And yeah, I do this walkthrough way too slowly considering how much there is to see, so newbie's mistake, I guess. But yeah, I really like how it turned out. I'm excited to expand on it, and I hope you guys got some inspiration or some entertainment. Thank you all for watching, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.